The judges were ready to hit the buzzer, until a small boy opened his mouth, and in that exact moment, the entire world went silent. Before we begin, if you love stories that give you goosebumps and remind you that dreams can come from anywhere, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because this story might just change how you see the world. It all started in a small, crowded neighborhood in the Philippines. The kind of place where houses were built close together, where kids played barefoot in dusty streets, and where dreams often felt bigger than reality. Among those children was a 12-year-old boy named Miguel. Miguel didn't have much. His family struggled every day just to put food on the table. His father worked long hours as a tricycle driver, and his mother washed clothes for neighbors. Electricity would sometimes go out at night, and when it did, Miguel would sit outside under the dim streetlight and sing. But Miguel didn't sing just anything. He sang Elvis. No one knew where he first heard the voice of Elvis Presley. Maybe it was from an old radio, maybe from a cracked CD someone had thrown away. But from the moment he heard it, something inside him changed. That voice, that power, that emotion. Miguel felt it in his bones. At first, people laughed. "Why are you singing like that?" other kids would tease him. "You're just copying," some adults said. But Miguel didn't stop. Every night, he practiced. He studied the way Elvis held notes, the way he breathed between lines, the way his voice carried both strength and sadness. Miguel didn't just want to sound like Elvis, he wanted to feel like him. One evening, during a small local event, Miguel was pushed onto a tiny stage by his friends. "Sing," they shouted. His hands were shaking. His heart was racing. The crowd was noisy, uninterested. Then the music started. Miguel closed his eyes and sang. Within seconds, the noise stopped. People turned. A boy, from a poor neighborhood, was singing with a voice that didn't belong to his age, his background, or even his world. It was deep. Emotional. Powerful. By the time he finished, there was silence. Then applause. That moment changed everything. Someone recorded his performance on an old phone and uploaded it online. At first, it got a few views. Then a few thousand. Then millions. Comments flooded in from around the world. "Is this real? This kid sounds like Elvis. Give him a chance." One day, a message arrived. An international talent show in Las Vegas had seen the video. They wanted Miguel to audition. Las Vegas. For Miguel, it sounded like another planet. His family couldn't believe it. They had never even left their city, and now, their son was being invited across the world. But there was a problem. They didn't have the money. Flights, documents, travel expenses, it was impossible. For a moment, the dream felt like it was slipping away. But then something incredible happened. The same people who watched Miguel online started helping. Donations came in. Strangers supported him. People who had never met him believed in him. Within weeks, Miguel was on a plane for the first time in his life. He looked out the window, his heart full of fear and hope. "What if I'm not good enough?" he whispered to his mother. She held his hand and said, "You already are." When they arrived in Las Vegas, everything felt overwhelming. The lights, the buildings, the stage, it was bigger than anything Miguel had ever imagined. Backstage, he watched other contestants. Some were older. More experienced. More confident. For the first time, doubt crept in. "Maybe I don't belong here," he thought. Then his name was called. Miguel walked onto the stage. The judges looked at him with curiosity. The audience didn't know what to expect. A small boy from the Philippines, standing under bright lights. "Whenever you're ready," one judge said. Miguel took a deep breath. The music started. And then he sang. It wasn't just a performance. It was emotion. It was struggle. It was every night under that streetlight, every moment of doubt, every dream he refused to give up. His voice filled the entire auditorium. Strong. Soulful. Perfect. The judges leaned forward, shocked. The audience froze. No one moved. It felt like time had stopped. And when he hit the final note, it echoed like something unforgettable. For a second, there was complete silence. Then, the crowd exploded. People stood up, cheering, clapping, some even crying. One judge covered their mouth in disbelief. Another simply said, "I've never seen anything like this." Miguel stood there, tears in his eyes. A boy who once sang under a streetlight was now standing on one of the biggest stages in the world. That night, Miguel didn't just perform. He proved something powerful. That talent doesn't care where you're from. That dreams don't need money to begin. And that sometimes, the smallest voices can make the biggest impact. His journey didn't end there, but that moment became the start of something greater. A reminder to everyone watching. That no matter how impossible your dream feels, no matter how far away it seems, you're closer than you think. And if a boy from a small neighborhood in the Philippines can shock the world, then what's stopping you? If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because the next story might be yours. The judges were already reaching for the buzzer. One even leaned back in his chair, unimpressed, until a small, nervous boy stepped forward, closed his eyes, and in the very first note, the entire room froze. Before we dive in, if you believe that talent can come from the most unexpected places, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this don't just entertain, they stay with you. In a quiet coastal town in the Philippines, where the sea breeze carried both hope and hardship, lived a 13-year-old boy named Rafael. His house was made of thin wood and rusted metal sheets, standing against storms that came every year. Inside, life wasn't easy. Rafael's father had once been a fisherman, but after an accident at sea, he could no longer work. His mother sold street food from a small cart, waking up before sunrise every day just to earn enough for rice and a few essentials. And Rafael, he helped however he could. But there was one thing about Rafael that no one could ignore. He had a voice. Not just a good voice, a voice that felt like it came from another time. Every evening, after helping his mother clean up the cart, Rafael would sit by the shore. As the sun disappeared behind the ocean, he would sing old songs. Songs people his age didn't even know. Especially Elvis. There was something about those songs that spoke to him. The loneliness. The love. The strength hidden inside soft melodies. Rafael didn't just sing them, he lived them. At first, people passing by would stop for a moment, surprised. "Is that really his voice?" they'd whisper. But Rafael never performed for attention. He sang because it was the only way he could express what words couldn't. One night, a tourist walking along the beach heard him. She stopped, took out her phone, and recorded a short video. Rafael didn't even notice. He just kept singing. A few days later, everything changed. That video was uploaded online. Within hours, it started spreading. Thousands of views turned into millions. Comments poured in from all over the world. "This kid sounds unreal. Close your eyes and it's like Elvis is alive again. Someone get him on a big stage." Rafael didn't understand any of it at first. He didn't even have a phone. It wasn't until a neighbor ran into his house, excited and shouting, that he realized something big was happening. Soon after, an email arrived, an invitation to audition for a global talent show in Las Vegas. Las Vegas. It sounded impossible. Rafael had never even left his town, and now he was being asked to perform on one of the biggest stages in the world. His mother stared at the message, her hands trembling. This could change everything," she whispered. But reality hit quickly. They had no money. No passports. No plane tickets. No way to get there. For a moment, the dream felt like it was slipping away before it even began. Rafael tried to smile. "It's okay, Mama. It was just a chance." But deep inside, his heart was breaking. Then, something unexpected happened. The same people who watched his video didn't forget him. Donations began to come in. Messages of support flooded social media. Strangers from different countries offered help. Some gave small amounts, some gave more, but together, it was enough. Enough to give Raphael a chance. A few weeks later, Raphael found himself sitting on an airplane, looking down at the clouds. His hands were shaking. "What if I fail?" he asked softly. His mother held his shoulder. "You already won by coming this far." When they arrived in Las Vegas, it felt like stepping into a different universe. Bright lights everywhere. Massive buildings. Crowds of people. Backstage, Raphael saw other contestants warming up. Some had coaches. Some had years of training. He felt small. For the first time, doubt grew louder than his dreams. "Maybe they made a mistake inviting me," he thought. Then his name was called. "Raphael, you're up." His legs felt heavy as he walked onto the stage. The lights were blinding. The audience was huge. The judges watched him carefully. One of them asked, "What will you be singing today?" Raphael took a deep breath. "An Elvis song," he said quietly. Some people in the audience smiled. Others looked unsure. A kid, singing Elvis? The music began. Raphael closed his eyes. And then, he sang. The first note hit the room like a shockwave. Deep. Rich. Emotional. It didn't sound like a kid. It sounded like something far beyond his years, like a voice carrying pain, love, and strength all at once. The judges' expressions changed instant.